Congratulations, guys. Congratulations to all the athletes who took part tonight in the 18th EFC Africa. It was an awesome evening and well done to all. A big thank you to all of our partners and Carnival City for hosting the largest mixed martial arts event in Africa. I'll now be announcing the prize-winning athletes for the evening. The winner of submission of the night is Frederick Newman. He finished about 2 minutes 6 seconds into the first round by way of triangle. The winner of knockout of the night is Tumelo Maputa. He knocked out his opponent in 7 seconds into the first round, which is a new EFC Africa record. And the fight of the night is awarded to the heavyweight championship fight between Ruan Potts and Andy van Sale. Well done, guys. Now please raise your hands if you have any questions for the athletes or myself.
Hi there. My first question goes out to Andrew. It's a simple question, but I think in light of the incredible fight that both you and Ruan put on this evening, that really I found just absolutely unbelievable. I'd just like to ask, how do you feel?
What about the fight or right now? My arm hurts lots. No, it's probably the best or the biggest fight I've ever been in. I expected it to go like this. I expected to win a little bit more in the stand-up, and he dominated me there. And I worked him a little bit more on the ground, so it turned out the other way. But I'm pretty motivated at the moment. I suppose when you're on the top, people come, or the trouble comes looking for you. So I'm waiting. The man on my right-hand side, he put up a good fight today. Ricky on my left, he put up a good fight today. So there's a pool of fighters in South Africa that the heavyweights can build here, and I think that's important. So awesome.
Ruan, the next one is to you. Once again, thank you for the incredible fight that you put on for us this evening. You've been a champion for so long. You've been undefeated for so long. How do you feel now that everything has changed?
Congratulations to Andrew. You know, he deserves it, definitely. Give a round of applause for Andrew, yeah? And, most definitely, you know, this is what makes champions, you know. Coming back and showing them what I've got, you know. So my next match, I will win. I will be victorious. And hopefully I'll be taking on Andrew for Van Sale Pot 3.
On the same subject, Cairo, how do you feel now that the heavyweight landscape has totally shifted?
Yeah, there's no doubt that this fight shifts it up a bit. You know, Ruan's been at the top for so long, and we've been building different contenders towards him, but Andy just kept getting up to the top of the queue, and tonight he's shown why. But again, a 25-minute, battle that they put on, I'm sure that we'll see, Potts and Van Sale 3 in the future.
Thank you. My next question is to Ricky, and of course with Soars, you gentlemen also put on an incredible fight for us. Both of you showed incredible skill and amazing courage. The decision may seem controversial to some. Ricky, I'd like to know whether you're happy with the decision. What are your feelings on it?
First of all, I have to say thank you to Source for taking the fight, and you know what? It's a game. End of the day, you have to be a winner, and you have to be a loser. Otherwise, split decision, like them say, like drawing, whatever. So I don't wanna accuse the judge, whatever, the referee. Whatever happened is happened. I just wanna say congrats to Source for taking the fight, and congrats to Source for the win. And then I have to be honest. Let me say this, and then I have to be honest what I'm saying now. What happened tonight is just making me be dangerous again. So for me to come back, it's going to be a disaster for the one who's going to come soon.
Tyron, I just want to say you had a war of words, but you brought it. What do you have to say?
Yeah, well, I had a war of words, but you know what? That's part of the game, you know. It's smack talk is part of MMA. If you don't have it, fans don't come and watch. So all due respect to David over there, he put up a good fight, just didn't go his way, That's part of the game.
Dude, it's hard. Champ is here.
Andrew, in the third round, that attempted rear naked choke, did he have you worried there?
No, I had his choking arm was over, but luckily his other arm was secured underneath my arm, so I wasn't really in much trouble there. When I turned to my side, I needed to bring my left arm in a little bit, otherwise I would have got cross-faced there, but it turned out all right for me. I think I was a little bit more or quicker to the scramble there than he was, but yeah, it's the game, I guess.
And in the last round, you seemed to get an eye injury. What was that, a toe in the eye? Or?
An eye injury?
Mm.
Don't know. Is that after he hooked me or?
Yeah, it's after one of those many head kicks.
No, my arm's pretty sore at the moment, but no, caught me in the last round, probably in the second last minute with a nice hook. So I was with Fred Flintstone there for a little while, but it's okay.
Hi, this is for Source. After watching your previous 2 fights that you've had, this being your first win, how do you feel right now with that win?
Yeah, coming from down in the Cape, I won't say we're limited to resources, but we're a small coastal town down there. And what you guys got up here in the cities, it makes a big difference. The pool of resources you guys got amongst gyms and fighters. I've got to travel a couple of Ks, just to go spar with some guys in Cape Town. And whenever we go over tournaments, we make a good time of it and just use it for sparring as well. And I do work a lot in Johannesburg as well, so I've started training up here with the guys over here. So with the 2 previous losses, I had to, I felt I had to redeem myself, show the EFC that, I'm actually worth something, and I'm going to be an asset to this production. And coming into this fight, actually 3 weeks ago, I tore ligaments in my right ankle, and I fractured 2 ribs 2 weeks ago. So that contributed to the fact that I couldn't breathe and looked unfit as hell. And yeah, the kicking wasn't there. So the attempts that flew, I wish I could do better, but with the win, thanks. And yeah, Ricky, thank you, man. You're a monster, and you took my nose. Thanks for that.
I mean, there's no doubt, up until the last fight, that was definitely fight of the night between Soars and Ricky, so it was awesome, guys. Well done, Soars.
Ruan, there was a moment there where you seemed to have an incredibly deep armbar on Andrew. Excuse me, the other way around. Did that seem like the end at that point?
No, to be honest with you, that was very, very tight. I heard a couple of cracks there. I thought something actually did go. No, it still seems all right, but no, it was deep. It was really deep. And no, you'll probably have to snap my arm before I'll tap, but yeah, it was very close, very tight.
How's it, guys? I got a couple of questions. First one for Abdul. Abdul, on a 2-win streak, you most definitely, I'm sure, at the top of the rankings now, on track for a title shot. So, firstly, your predictions between Penna and Nell, and personally, who would you like to fight and why?
It's 3 wins. There's been a lot of bad words on Twitter with me and Penna, but quite honestly, I really, really like the guy. I'm a fan of his. I like the way he works. I think he's an amazing athlete. A lot of people put him down, but he always wins. He always pulls the win, and that's what makes him a champ. But I like a challenge, and the animal just seems like a crazy man, and I'd like to fight a crazy man. So I really don't care which one of them wins. I'll fight Ricky. No, I won't fight Ricky. But yeah, I really don't care. But personally, I like Pina. So, if he wins, it's all good. I'll fight him anyway, so.
Thank you. I have a question for Tumelo. Tumelo, you haven't had an easy ride in the EFC so far. But tonight you came in with a new record. How does that make you feel, and what can we expect from you?
Truly speaking, actually wanted to make a point. Like my two previous fights, I didn't like the judge, the way they judged it. So as from now on, you're gonna see more of me, knockouts and knockouts and more knockouts.
I've got one for Cairo. Tonight's event, to me, seemed quite special. Every single fight, the athletes really seem to be putting everything on the line. Maybe it's because it's been 3 months, or maybe it's real, but it seemed like tonight really raised the bar. I just wonder if you had anything to share in that. Did things go the way you wanted them to go?
I think the card that we put on, we thought was great. It had some hiccups this week with last-minute replacements, and it turned out actually for the better in many ways. I think every single athlete tonight upped their game, and like you said, it did raise the bar, and it was pretty much one of our best shows we've ever had. So, congratulations to all around.
I've got a question for David. David, there was a lot of talk before your fight, and it ended very quickly. Can you just share with us your thoughts at the moment? What are your plans to come back?
Yeah, look, it's a tough pill to swallow. There was a lot of talk going on Twitter. I think Tyron was the one doing a lot more of the talking than I was, Me and my brothers like to be down-to-earth, humble fighters, I've got a lot of respect for everyone I fight. Yeah, man, but if you don't learn from a loss, I think you're pretty stupid, So I'm going to take what happened tonight as a learning curve, Just put my head down, work even harder, come back even stronger, and give it my all, man.
Sure.
I've got a question for Andrew. This side, and to the right, Andrew. Well, great fight, Andrew. You did a really good fight. I knew you could do it. And I know now you're on the top. Is there anyone that you look forward to fighting, or is there any person that you really want to fight?
Everybody, that's my tattoo artist over there. He's the only guy who can make me cry. JDR, as I said, Soars, Ricky, those guys are stepping up, and they're proving themselves in terms of their worth here at the EFC. So, as I said, I don't make those decisions, unfortunately. So I'll take on all comers. It doesn't really matter.
Cool. Well, good luck in the future, man.
Thanks, bud.
I've got a question for Cairo, and it's moving away from tonight's fights. This comes straight from a fan. Is the Gareth Mcclellan Jeremy Smith fight going to happen? Wenzel Nel was injured. He lost his chance against Penna, and now he has his chance. It seems to be the same situation with Mcclellan. Could you tell us what's going on there?
Yeah, I think in that middleweight division, since Mcclellan lost to Smith, he's beaten the two top contenders since then. The fight was signed. Smith pulled out with injury. Then Mcclellan pulled out with injury. I think it's only fair that he gets his shot, so that fight will happen, probably EFC 20.
Thank you.
I've also got a question for Cairo. Why is it that certain fighters only have a 2 winning streak and then they get a title shot, and then guys like JP Kruger is on a 4-fight winning streak and there's no talk of title shots for him?
There's definitely talk of title shots for JP. I think it's just a matter of time for him. He's come from his first fight in EFC. He had never had a fight before. He's built his way up. Whereas you get guys like Jeremy Smith, who came into EFC with a massive record from beforehand, international opponents. So we take them from where they are. And I think if you've watched JP's progression and the way he's built up throughout the promotion, by the time he does get his title shot, which will be soon, it's going to be really big, instead of doing it prematurely and just putting it on now when we can actually build a bigger fight for him.
Another one for Cairo. It was spoken earlier that perhaps Abdul will face Demart if he beats Boyd Allen. Wenzel Nel. But what about Boyd Allen? And Boyd also being in his same stable, is that a matchup that's likely to happen?
You're talking about DeMart and Boyd. Look, in the featherweight division, there's a lot of top guys. We do have Abdul, we've got Wesley Hawkey, we've got DeMart, we've got Wenzel, and then there is Boyd. Boyd and DeMart aren't likely to fight each other, but they're going to keep fighting guys. And if it gets to the point where they're the top two, well, if Boyd's got to wait, that's his prerogative. In the end, I think what's fortunate for us is we've got guys like Abdul, like Wesley, who are right there, and obviously Wenzel is fighting in April. So I don't think we have that issue yet, and hopefully it doesn't come to that.
Hi, Cara, it's Gary. Yeah, but just another great fight that happened tonight between Brendan Kronewald and Gideon Drotsky. That was a great fight. Light heavyweight division with the injuries concerned with that champion. What are the prospects there for Gideon at this stage?
They're good. Obviously, we're waiting for JP to be 100% cleared. Unfortunately, this week he actually had a motorbike accident, so I think he's recovering. I think he's got a broken leg. We're just waiting to get more details from him. He's going for scans next week, and he's also having another CT scan for his skull. And at that point, we'll know whether he's fit to compete again in mixed martial arts or whether he's not, and that's a reality that we have to face. And then we'll take it step by step from there. A guy like Gideon is a huge talent. I think he proved it again tonight. And yeah, we're looking forward to him. I'm sure he'll have a title shot soon.
Okay, my question to Cairo. So I would like to know, Cairo, on your side, how do you judge the performance of the judges as well? Because we're coming from far, we're paying money, but we're sometimes disappointed on the judges.
I'm also sometimes disappointed on the judges, but that's the way it goes. I'm not a judge. I wouldn't want to be a judge. In the end, they're appointed by the sanctioning body, PROMA. They're doing the best job they can. Everyone sees a fight differently. And sometimes it goes the guy's way, sometimes it doesn't. I think what all the guys have learned tonight is try not leave it to the judges, try finish the fights. But if it does go to the judges, we put our trust in them. We've got to take their decision.
But on your side, how do you feel for EFC when people are booing the judges? What do you feel yourself?
But
it's my concern.
There's always going to be one happy guy and one unhappy guy. So the fight's never going to please everyone. It's the same when we put a fight together. One guy gets a title shot, we upset 10. Same when a judge rules in favor of one guy, all the other guys' fans are going to boo for him. So it's not necessarily 100% correct, but it's just the way it goes.
Okay, thank you.
Another question for Cairo. The bantamweight division opened this evening.
Yes.
Currently, there's 2 guys on the bantamweight roster. What are your thoughts on developing that pool? And I mean, are featherweights going to drop down, or?
There's going to be a bit of a mixture. We don't want too many of the featherweights dropping down too quickly. Obviously, we don't want to thin out the featherweight division, but I think we saw tonight there's a host of new bantamweights. Donovan was awesome. I mean, that fight was fantastic. We couldn't have asked for a better opening fight for our bantamweight division. I think it's just going to keep building from there. Africa's got, from all over Africa, it's known for its lighter weight athletes. I think we're just going to keep getting more and more good talent coming through.
The UFC had its first women's fight recently, and it was a big success. What are the chances in the EFC?
It will happen one day. It's just a matter of time. Again, we're still building divisions here. We're still a lot newer, a lot younger. But once there is enough female participation in the sport, enough females training that you can put divisions together, I'm sure that will happen one day.
Hi, Kyra. Being an amateur in the wanting to be in the EFC, what are you guys looking for in the amateurs? What do you guys want? What do you guys?
Look at the guys up on this table here tonight.
Yeah.
This is what we're looking for. We're looking for showstoppers. We're looking for guys with heart. They put everything out there. Big finishes, 25-minute fights. It was awesome. Also, guys with personality. It's not just walking out there and just being a good fighter. That's obviously a big part of it, but it needs a lot more. You need heart. You need personality. You need something that makes you exceptional.
I've got a question there for Taran. Ta, making big drop down now to welterweight. Big cut for you. What do you think about it and your future plans in welterweight? I think that's a question a lot of people want to know. Dropping down from middleweight to welter, you looked brilliant. Speed is immaculate. Your hands are looking good. So what's the plans there?
Look, yeah, I'm very happy with the welterweight cut. You know, it went good. Yeah, look, welterweight I think is my division. I'm ready to challenge for the title, or have another one before I go for the title. You know, it's all up to Graham. He's the man. He decides what goes on. But yeah, feeling good at welterweight, fast, got movement again. You know, so we just take it from there and go forward.
I've got another fan question here. A Durbanite wants to know, are we going to have a show in Durban this year?
We really hope so. Really comes down to what's possible. There's different limitations with venues in Durban compared to what we've got here. We've obviously got a great working relationship with Sun International. The difference is they don't have the type of venue that we require there. So we are trying to work on those logistics, but it is our intention to do a Durban show this year. We're literally costing it up at the moment and are in the planning phase.
Can you tell us about other plans for other cities that perhaps you have this year?
We've got a show booked in Cape Town in November already, but we're trying to get another date. We'd like to at least tour in Cape Town. I mean, we've been down to PE and we're working on a deal in PE at the moment, so we are looking to tour all over South Africa if possible. And next year, at least, hopefully cruising out of South Africa, going up to Lagos, to Ghana, the rest of the continent.
Sorry guys, I just want to say something. Thank you to all of you and thanks to all the fans, and I'm sure all of the fighters agree with me. Thank you guys. Without you it wouldn't be anything, yeah?
All right, thank you for joining us, and we'll see you all at EFC 19 on the 19th of April back here at Carnival City. Good night.
Uncontested in the hexagon, the EFC Africa welterweight champion Mcclellan aims to break the division curse and be the first man to successfully defend a welterweight title. But standing in his way is the hard-hitting Martin van Staden, who will look to avenge his loss to Oberman and prove that he is the top welterweight on the continent. Plus, the undefeated featherweight champion Demart Penna will be confident of retaining his belt as he goes to war with the former lightweight champion Wenzel Nell, who will aim to dethrone the current champion. The champ, Oberman, takes on the hard-hitting Punisher, and the undefeated Wolf will look to tame the animal. EFC Africa 19 April, Carnival City. Ticket and broadcast information at efcafrica.com.